Welcome to Vizkits. If you're here, you've either attended our Get Accredited Ready training or you've just got a specific interest in Tableau. The training covers all you need to know to pass the Desktop Specialist and Data Analyst exams. Stick around at the end of the exercise solution for more information. By the end of the 18 exercise solutions, you'll end up with 4 interactive dashboards just like these. This solution video covers the following material from the training: creating table relationships, measure names and measure values, default properties, and transforming data. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to add some more relationships. So we should be back in our My Get Accredited workbook that we saved in Exercise 1.1. If we click on the Data Source tab, and we've got our Sheet section, we're going to drag the Order Details table in now, and notice that we get the little orange noodle, and we're going to build a relationship between these two tables. We're going to build that between Order ID in the Orders table and Order Number in the Order Details table. And you can see that the exclamation mark's gone, and if we click on the Orders Details table, we see a preview here. If I click on the Orders table, we get a preview of that table here as well. So we're now going to add some more fields to the cross tab that we created in the last exercise. So we need to click on the Orders Worksheet tab, and from the Order Details section of the data pane, we're going to drag our product ID, and we're going to drag that onto the row shelf to the right of the Order ID pill. We're also going to use the Control key to multi-select our cost measure, our cost price measure, and our unit price measure, and then we can right click and change the default properties for all 3 of those, and we're going to change the number format, currency custom, and we're going to click on OK. So we're going to drag the cost measure from the Order Details table in the data pane, and we want Tableau to invoke measure names and measure values because we're going to have multiple measures in our cross tab. So we're going to drag cost over to the top of those freight numbers until we see the word show me, and we're going to drop that there, and you can see that Tableau has actually invoked measure names and measure values now. So you can see that we've got measure names on columns, which is giving us our measure name labels here. We've got measure names on the filters shelf because we've got multiple filters, but we only want cost and freight in the table at the moment. And we've actually now got measure values on text as opposed to just freight. And we've got this new measure values section of the marks card. So we're going to right click on the discount measure now, and we're going to choose default properties, and we're going to change the number format, and we're going to make that a percentage with 0 decimal places, and click on OK. And then we're going to drag the discount measure from the Order Details table into the data pane onto the measure values section of the marks card. So we've got our discount. There's 3 ways we could do this now. We can actually drop that on top of the table numbers until we see show me, or we could edit the filter and we could just add discount from there. But the easiest way I find is to just drag it into the measure values section of the marks card, and I'm just dropping that below freight. We're going to remove freight from the view now, so I just drag it from the measure values section into this grey area and it takes it off the view. But we're going to drag the quantity measure from the Order Details table, and we're going to drag that onto the measure values section of the marks card below our sum of discount. So quantities going in there, and then we're going to drag cost price in from the data pane, and again we're going to drop that into the measure value section of our marks card. So the next thing we want to do is we want to see the names of the products that we've sold rather than the product IDs. And we also want to see the names of the employees that sold the product as opposed to their IDs. And those details are columns in other tables. So we need to create some more relationship. So the products table has a product ID field, and the orders table doesn't have a product ID field, but the order details table does. So we'll need to create the relationship between the two tables with the product ID fields. So we're going to go back to our data source tab, and from the sheet section we're going to drag the products table, and we're going to drag that to the right of our order details table, so we can see the noodle, and then we're going to drop it there, and we're going to define the relationship between product ID in the orders table, and then we've got a product ID products in the products table. And you can see now that relationship has been created. Also, we've got an employees table here, and that employees table has an employee ID1 field. When we added the orders table in exercise 1.1, we created an employee ID dimension field from the original employee measure, and we can use that to create the relationship. So we're going to drag employees, but we want this time the relationship to be created with the orders table. So you can see we've got the noodle there joining to the orders table. If we let go, we need to define the relationship, and we're going to do that on employee ID and employee ID 1. You can see we've now created that relationship. So if we click back into our cross tab, which is our orders worksheet tab, we're going to replace the product ID dimension on the rows shelf with the product name dimension. So we need to scroll down to the product section of the data pane here, and we're going to bring our product name, and we're going to hover that over product ID, and we've now got the product name, which you can see here. And we're going to replace the employee ID dimension on the rows shelf with the first name dimension from the employees table. So again, just scroll up to the employees section of the data pane here, or the employees table. We've got a dimension here called first name, and we're just going to replace employee ID with that first name. We're also going to remove ship city, so I'm just going to drag that into the grey area here. The next thing we want to do is we want to create a map of our customer locations by postcode. Unfortunately, in the UK, Tableau only recognises the outer postcode, so the first 3 or 4 digits. But we can create a new field called outer postcode by using a split function on the postcode section here in the employees table, and we've got a ship postal code here in our orders table. So we're going to click into the data source preview tab, and from the sheet section we're going to drag the customers table to the right of the orders table. So we've got our customers table, and you can see in here we've got this postal code customers field. And what we're going to do is we're going to click in the top right hand corner here, and we're going to choose a custom split. So we need to put a space in there because we need to tell Tableau what the separator is, and it's everything before the first space in that postal code customers column that we're splitting. Click on OK. Drag that. We've got this new column now called postal code customers. And we're going to click into the top right hand corner, and we're going to rename that as outer postcode. So we're going to create a new worksheet now, and we're going to call this our customer postcode map. From the customers section of the data pane, we're going to drag country customers onto the detail section of the marks card, and then we're going to drag our new outer postcode onto the detail section. Notice that we've got 36 unknown, but if we bring city customers into the detail, we reduce that number of unknown postcodes. So what we need to do now is save the workbook, So we're already in on my Get Accredited workbook. Just hit on the Save button in the toolbar and we'll continue with this workbook in the next exercise. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, follow and subscribe, as I'll be posting a lot more content than just the exercise solutions. And if you're interested in attending the training, then visit our website vizkits.co.uk. There's a course every week, and for only £99 you get a one-day online course that will cover all of the material that you need to know to pass the Tableau Certified Desktop Specialist and Tableau Certified Data Analyst exams. All delegates are given a 100+ page exercise manual containing 18 detailed exercises to complete offline. The exercises will test what you have learned and give the trainer an idea of how well you've learned the material. All exercise solutions are available as videos on YouTube, so if you get stuck, there's help available online. You'll need to submit the completed exercise workbook to the training for evaluation about a week after the course. The trainer will then schedule a 1-hour online face-to-face meeting to discuss your strengths and weaknesses and advise you if you're exam ready and what you need to work on. If you just want the exercise solution manual, then that's available as well for £19.99. See you all on the next video.